Hello, Valeriya. How you doing? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the ad. Thanks so much for posting your work and including this little written your written reactions based on your observations of the experience in creating the magazine ad. So good job there. So I was reading through this, and we have the three images. So you created a composite for the background image, which I think is a fantastic idea. I want to talk about that more in 1 second. Um, and you're trying not to be too obvious. I think again that's a really great um, attribute for a graphic designer to approach all assignments is that you don't want to be too obvious. You want to kind of approach things differently as a graphic designer. I mean, as a graphic designer, you're hired just as much for your ideas as you are for your skills. So in order to express those ideas in a way that is unique and different, sometimes it's really a great idea to strive to be not too obvious in your visual solutions, right? So I was really pleased to see that in your conceptual approach. Um, as indicated through your writing. I chose the ocean, the mysterious place, spirituality, emotional balance. I get that. I totally get that. Your use of light. It's listen. I got to tell you something. This composite is professional quality. It's outstanding. And I'm going to talk about that additionally in a second. But hold on 1 second, and I just want to finish looking framing. And you said something very interesting. And your text, I think, right now is a placeholder, and I get that. I get that, and I think that I see that. I don't think this is the best experience for the viewer in terms of the typography. I shouldn't say the typography. I should say the specific placement of the text. So keep working on that. And I'm glad that you supplied this as a placeholder so that we can get a good look at your work. Now, let's go ahead and jump over to. I think that's all you had in your writing. It is. So let's go ahead and jump right over to the ad. I just wanted to check one thing. So, yeah, okay. All right, Valeriya, let's go ahead and just jump right over to the ad. Now, this is gorgeous. It is. Now, I will admit, and those of you who are watching along with this critique, my initial comments to Valeriya was that, well, wait a second, we need masked images in here. Well, guess what? This background image is a separate image. This is a masked image. The girl is a masked image that's placed in the background water. The turtles are all masked images. I'm going to tell you, when I first looked at this, I thought, wow, it's missing a masked image. That's how well you've done, Valeriya, in your masking and compositing techniques. As I said, this is professional quality. This composite, this background image is just beautiful. Nice work. Technical proficiency is just I mean it's really showing outstanding proficiency. So I'm super pleased about that. Yeah, so really you've got a couple of things the only thing I have to say as far as the type goes is this is a little bit pushed to the right. I don't know if that's supposed to be centered, but it's not. It's more pushed to the right, and you can really feel that when you take a look. So I would center it. If not, go ahead and bring it over and left align it with the address in the body copy. That might pull things out of balance a little bit because right now we're a little bit text heavy on the left-hand side, but not bad at all. So see what happens. I think you'll be fine moving this into left alignment. I would recommend increasing the type size a point or two on the headline just to establish good visual hierarchy in terms of typography, meaning that the headline should be larger than, it should have more visual weight than the subhead. Right now it doesn't. Right now, the subhead is a little bit larger in terms of point size than the headline. So um, you might also consider all cap, and not all caps, just capitalizing title case. So the first letter of each word is capitalized. Get 2 nights free. That's great. The rest of it, this is good. The rest of this is good. However, I would like to see you, and I know that this is placeholder text, as you said, but what I would like to see is I'd love to see you somehow work this get 2 nights in free with the body copy. So you're saying getting 2 nights free, then your informational paragraph, and then just add a little bit more on that get 2 nights free, a little bit more detail, so the viewer can take a look at this and have really a complete thought about the 2 nights. That's all I really have to say right now. And again, the background composition is just gorgeous, really fantastic work there. Okay, so I would like to see you just make a couple of changes in the typography and let's get this thing set. I'm not real sure about this yellow color here. I'm just not sure about it. It just doesn't feel like it's harmonious, only because everything here falls within the same palette, and it's a palette that we would think about when we think about this kind of underwater, deep mythical experience. We have these really deep blue tones, and we've got this gorgeous purple from the logo over here. We got a nice contrasting pop of this teal color, but we can almost find that teal color right here in this image. So everything really right now is super harmonious in terms of your color palette, with the exception of the Get 2 Nights Free. Now, if you want to contrast that, that's one thing, but I would definitely pick a color that's a little bit more harmonious with the main palette that you've established. That, the changes I mentioned between the relationship of the headline and subhead, and then add a little bit more information in um, your informational paragraph, which means you may have to move this up a little bit in the composition. And that's great, just as long as you don't encroach too much on the image of the girl. So if you start that right there, add a couple more sentences in your typography. Right now, you're justified here in your type alignment for the body copy. I would recommend a left align there, only because justifying it really adds some unusual spaces, as we can see these unusual spaces associated with the words spacing in each individual line. I think it's most obvious here in the second line. Justifying type always leaves strange, unusual spaces. So we have to accommodate for those typographically, and that's outside the scope of this class. So I would recommend just going straight to left alignment right there. If you really want it center aligned, let me know and I can give you some adjustments specifically to address the spaces. All right, again, really outstanding work. If you have any questions, comments at all, just let me know, please. And also, I'd like to see you make those changes. And if you want to make the changes and run this by me again, I'll be glad to make further additional comments and critique. So again, just let me know if you want to post it here, you want to email it to me, whatever you want. But I'd like to see those changes reflected in the final ad when that time comes for final submission, and that's in week 7. All right, great job. Thank you very much.